Hi, so I want to talk to you before I show you the first superset. I want to talk to you about this superset. Okay, this is built around a pre-fatigue concept. That means 2 moves in a row that target the exact same muscle group. So we're going to get a lot of burn and exhaustion in the targeted muscles. And this is something that we have not done since month 3 or 4. I think month 4 is when we did this before. So the way it's going to work is there's an A, B, C, and D. And A and B are for the same muscle group, and they're done back to back with no rest in between. You go as quickly from A to B as you can. Then you can rest if you like before you do C and D. C and D are going to target the same muscle group, a different muscle group than A and B, but the same muscle group as each other. So A and B are a pair that you do back to back, rest as long as you like. Then C and D are a pair that you do back to back. Then you rest and you do all 4 moves again. Okay, so you're going to go straight through 1A, 1B, then 1C and 1D, then rest and get a drink of water, and then start over again with 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. Now 1A is a single leg bridge. That's what I'm about to show you. The target for that is 12 to 15 reps per leg. You'll do both legs, one after the other. Then you'll get up and go over and do a band pull through for 12 to 15 reps. Your butt is already going to be burning, butt and hamstrings are going to be burning from the single leg bridge, and then you're going to continue to get them burning even more as you do the band pull through. And that kind of fatigue is what we're going to use to build our strength this month. You may not get completely to failure, but you should feel really close, like because the burn is uncomfortable, you should feel pretty uncomfortable. So it's not so much that you couldn't do more, but you don't want to do more because the burn is so unpleasant. That is what it's going to feel like this month. So let's go into it. We've got a single leg bridge followed by a band pull through. So for single leg bridge, you're going to put one foot on the ground and the other foot in the air. Okay, lie your head on the ground, dig your elbows in. Don't let the leg that's in the air move at all. What you're going to do is put your foot right up under you for the bridge. The leg that's on the ground is the working leg. So we would be aiming to do 12 to 15 single leg bridge. So you're pushing through the heel that's on the ground and lifting your butt up to try to get a straight line across the front. Imagine that you're catapulting something from your hip bone into the wall behind you. So you're thinking about catapulting something in an arc into the wall behind you, and that's going to get your pelvis tilted correctly for this move so that you don't arch your back. So it's almost like you're going to scoop your butt under you. Kind of think of scooping under as you come up. And you should feel it in your butt and the back of your legs. If you don't feel it in your butt, I want you to squeeze your butt tighter. And when you come down, don't rest. Make sure that you just tap down and go right back up. And if this leg is flying around, you can park it on the other knee. If you want to, you can just put the heel on the other knee. And it'll just go along for the ride. You're not using it. So as you go through these bridges, this glute should start getting really tired. So you do 12 to 15 on that side, then switch sides and do the other side. Now make sure that your foot is not too far away. You want your foot right up under you, as close as you can get it. So you can push through the heel and squeeze your glute and feel it in your glute and your hamstring. Okay. Then when you've got 12 to 15 on each side, you're going to get right up, come over to your band anchor at the bottom of the door. You've got your band looped through the bottom. I'm using the kind of band where I can put both ends on one handle, but you can use the other kind of band, the flat band, and hold both ends of it. Walk forward. We've done this before. I think we did it in month 2. You're going to walk forward until you feel some tension on the band. Then with slightly bent knees, you're hinging over. You're almost like you're basically reaching through your legs, and then you're going to come to a standing position. Don't lift with your arms. You're just coming through your legs with your hands. Try to get some tension. If there's not some tension, move forward so that there's tension when you stand up and squeeze. Keep the tension going as you bend over. Keep it going, reach through. and then stand up, and again, you're gonna squeeze. You don't want to keep your hands in front of your crotch. You definitely need to let your hands reach through. You're gonna get a much better range of motion if you reach through. And then stand up and squeeze. Now moving on to C and D. C, we have a sword draw. This is a one-armed move that is meant to do the upper back. You're working the upper back. So you're going to take your band, put it near the bottom. You can put it near the bottom of the door or at the bottom. I'm putting mine near the bottom. And you're going to, it's just like you're drawing a sword. It's exactly the same as drawing a sword. So you're going to hold the handle or the band with your hand at your hip, and you're going to draw it up toward your shoulder. Just bring it over. It's a diagonal move. You'll see that my arm is making a diagonal all the way from down here. Of course, there's no tension, so I'm trying not to let the tension release. I'm trying to keep the tension, so I'm going to stop maybe about most of the way down, but not all the way down once I get started. You'll feel right away that this is going to burn your upper back. Okay? So you'll do one side, then you'll turn around and do the other side. And I'm going to show you, you've got, let's see, you've got 10 to 12 reps each side. I'm going to show you how to do it with a flat band if you don't have a light band that can, if you don't have a light enough band, because you have to be able to get a big range of motion. So you can't really use the flat band doubled up. It won't let you get a range of motion. I'm going to show you how to do it. If you can't do it at the door, you're going to do it like this. Put the band on the end of the band on the ground and step on it. It's loose, that's fine. You're going to hold it at your hip. Then you're going to bring it up in a diagonal over your shoulder. Now, if that's not tight enough, move the band over a little bit, step on it a little closer until you get just the right tension to do the same thing that you just saw me do from the door. I'm using my foot here as an anchor, and I'm doing the same diagonal sword draw that I did using the other kind of band at the door. So there's two different ways to do it, depending on what kind of band you have. So you'll do reps, you'll do all your reps on both sides of the sword draw. As I said, it was for 10 to 12 reps. Then immediately that's followed by a prone double row. If you have a bench, if you have a bench that'll go on an incline, you're gonna step over the bench, put your chest down, grab your dumbbells, and from this prone position, with your legs straight, you're gonna row. The bench just holds you in place so that you can row the dumbbells. And you're doing 10 to 12 reps on the rows. Let me check and make sure that's right. Yeah, 10 to 12 reps on the rows. Now, if you don't have an incline bench and you've got a flat bench, you can try to do the same thing, but a lot of it depends on how long your arms are, because if you're here, even lifting dumbbells, you won't get your full range of motion. So most of the time, a flat bench is not going to work. So what I think would work better, you can try it, but you probably won't get a good range of motion. If you have a stability ball, like this, you can use the stability ball instead. So you get on your knees, put your chest on the ball, extend to your legs, and then your arms are hanging, and then you can row the dumbbells from beside the ball. Okay? That gives a pretty good range of motion. If you don't have a ball and you don't have an incline bench, then what you're going to do is a double bent over row. So you're going to hold yourself in a double bent over position and row. It's a little harder without something to support your chest. So you're probably going to have to row lighter weights than if you have the incline bench or the stability ball to put your chest on. Okay, that's A, B, C, and D. So after doing all four of those, you would rest and then go do all four of them again.